Hello everyone, like Mark said, my name is Miha, Koncilija, and I work as a coach in a cycling team ROK. So my introducing today is the project, cycling project Go on a Bike. So I was thinking how to present this project, how many years ago we started on. So, okay, yes, thank you. How we start the project Go on a Bike. So at first it was not the same name like you can see it, but we wanted that project, it's like to find the new talents in a cycling. So we start to presentation on a primary school, especially with 5th and 6th grade. In Slovenia, system school has a 9th grade, so these are 10 and 12 years boys and girls. So the presentation was that we told them about how the cycling is look. So that we prepare the bike and put it on an ergometer, and everybody of them can try the 2 minutes. They ride 2 minutes on a bike, and then we measure them the distance and a heartbeat. So we can see then how many meters they do on 2 minutes, and about this we can see how, okay, this is appropriate, he's good about cycling, and about this we put them invitation. We can turn on the next slide.
You have the remote.
Working? Oh, sorry, thank you. So yes, we make a presentation about, we started, so I said 15 years ago, and then we organized that we could try this in 40 primary schools in Ljubljana and the neighbor cities, so Kamnik, Medvode, Domžale. And so, like I said, this is the main project was to find the talents who could try to ride the bikes and come to our club. So the project was about this, that we every year tested about 1,000 kids. That's a lot. So about 10% of them was, for us, we said that was talented, and we gave them the information about our cycling team, and they could call us, or the parents call us if they are interested. But about this was not very successful, so I don't know, maybe one or two for parents call us and say, okay, our son is interested, he could try it. So we then, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years, we try with this. So later we decided that it would be good if we take the numbers from kids, that they will give us the numbers of their parents, and then we call the parents and say, okay, this is, your son was very talented about that, he could try the cycling. And so we, this was much more successful. So in each generation we get about, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them who decided that they will try the cycling, actually that they will try the training with cycling. And this was successful about that because most of them stay in our club for 5-6 years. It was not that they say, okay, this is not for me, but most of them stay in our club and are still cycling, or decided that they will be 5 or 6 years about that. So we have some achievements on this project, like, I don't know, Žiga Ručiga, he won the road race in the European Youth Olympic Festival. He was we found him in the same project, like I said before. So he was not in a sporty family. We find it on a school, and this is quite big achievement. And also some of older boys. Jan Tratnik also was in the same project. He's not in our club, but he was before in Idrija, but I know that they start in the same. Luka Pibernik, 2 times road national champion, and probably Jan Polanci, you know him well, stage winner in Giro d'Italia, also came in this project to our club. So now we can start really on a project Go on a Bike. Later we thought how could we not just bring to us the cyclist on a club who will train, but we also want that will be a lot of kids who would try cycling, because here in Ljubljana and also in the neighbor cities was the problem, you know, now very popular are the phones and the tablets, so not like in my childhood when I was all the time on a bike or on a sport field that I tried to play football. we wanted the kids again be on a bike. So with support from city of Ljubljana, we decided that we could organize a project like swimming program is like Zlati Sonček, who wanted that a lot of kids learn them to swim. So also we wanted that as many kids, we learn them how to ride a bike. We know that in Slovenia system we have in 5th grade that the kids can learn, they do the exam, the cycling exam, but this is not the same like to learn them how to really ride a bike, not just in a traffic, but also in how to ride bike on I don't know, in some obstacles and how to ride a bike on the roads, in the woods. So this was our main project. So we also decided this is the most appropriate for the 11 and 12 years old boys and girls. So the program leads, of course, cycling coaches. And like I said, the main goal was that we show the kids that cycling is fun and healthy, that they would like to go on a bike and not just, oh, I have to go to the bike with mom, or I don't know. So we started the program in 2014. Of course, first we have to get the teachers who want that their kids on school have this project. So in June we make the first presentation to the teachers, and the first it was not very successful. I don't know, maybe it was our fault that was not very good presentation, but I think that the main problem was that the teachers was afraid of what will happen of their kids when this will be organized. But some of them, they decided and they said, okay, let's try. And the first school was primary school Majdeva Honik, and I think that was very successful. And they also there on the next meeting of teachers, they said, okay, it was very good. And say to the other teachers, why you don't use it? It's not pay for any kids. It's free, and decided for that. So now this was the second year that we this year work on this. It was 20 schools who decided for this program. So the content of this project is like you see here. We have the three possibilities that they could decide it. And the first is, like we said, the winter times program, which they could decide it for that they bring the students in our club in cycling team walk, because we have there, we will see there later on the pictures, we have then the ergometers in a big cycling gym, and they could try cycling there. So, but this was just, I don't know, for the start was this very appropriate, because they said, okay, this is not danger, they are inside, they don't need any equipment, they just come there and they will see how this is works. So, but primarily the project is meant for this, the second part which you see, so that the kids will try cycling on the schoolyards and the school fields. So they are actually in school, they just come with their bikes and helmets. This is all the equipment they are need. So we prepare everything how to make a program. So also is the third possibility, which is take part in police academy. So this is appropriate for this school who don't have appropriate place in their school, and decided also for this part. Okay. So if we started the program for winter times, you can see it is take long for 4 hours, and we make it like a sport day. So it takes all day, actually all morning time like in the school, and we divided in boys and girls students in 3 groups. So first group, you can see ride it on these cycling ergometers. It is very interesting because we have cycling computers, and they can all watch the power, how the power meter is on, and the measure also the pulse. And also we have the TV, and they can watch some races from, I don't know, Tour de France or maybe some. So that we make the presentation also for them that is interesting. So then the second station is some cycling exercise, or how we train on the winter times, and some elementary games. And the third group is much theoretic, that we show them how the equipment is for the cycling, how is the right position on a bike, how high we need to put the seat on or the steering, and also how to change the tires. That's also practical information, or maybe how to put the helmets on, because a lot of kids, they don't even know how to use the helmet. So this was the project, how to teach them. Okay, and also some information about cycling. It is very popular. They maybe know just some stage races, but the cycling is not just this. Also some information about track or indoor cycling, so that they know also the cycling about some other way. Okay, like I said before, the main project for this Go on a Bike is based on this, that we organize the cycling sport day on a school field. Actually, in the school who decided if they have the appropriate fields, we go there and say, okay, this is appropriate, and we organize there the sport day. So it takes long 5 hours, and we divided boys and girls in three or four groups. So the first station, there is the polygon with technical obstacles. We probably know, I don't know, in Slovenia we also have, when they did the exam for cycling in 5th grade, they have some obstacles. But we saw that the teachers who lead this program for cycling exam, they don't know what to say them, how to use the gear, how to use the helmet. They are just, they have to know the traffic regulation and how to ride in the traffic, but they don't tell them how to drive, I don't know, in the city, that you have to be that you have to check how to drive through the walk side, and these obstacles which are important how to drive in the cities. So also, of course, in this station we also check the bike position, check the tire, because a lot of them, I don't know, they don't check it before at home, or even the parents doesn't know how to check this. So it was a lot of work about this, that we just make the right position. So like I said, we have some obstacles. You will see now on the pictures how these look like. It's not very, how should I say, it's not hard to drive this polygon, but I think they are important, the information who the girls and boys get it here, like I said, that we teach them how to use the gear, how to use the hand in the different obstacles. Okay, the second station, like you see, we make some more, how should I say, interesting, that we bring the special road bikes and ergometers, and one of the group can try the ride bike on this. So it's very interesting for the kids, because they see, we ride on a road bikes, we try this, and it's also like in a gym, we also make a competition that they could try, I don't know, who is the best in the most, the speed. And also, of course, it takes, I don't know, 20 minutes who are on the bikes, a little bit change from other kids, because it's too tired. So we also learn how to use, on a road bike, how to use the gear, how to use the drink bottle, because he is not on a bike and it cannot fall, so it's much safer about this. This was the second station. Okay, you can see one picture also. Okay, the third station, it depends on what the schoolyard or the field is for us. We before, like I said, to see what is appropriate, and then we decided, okay, let's prepare them also for some different style of riding a bike. So this is much more, how should I say, actually like I ride, they try to drive on a different grounds. So not just on a tarmac like usually, but we also try riding a bike on a grass or maybe on a gravel, and see what is the difference if you are on a tarmac or if you are driving on a grass. So I think this is really the most for experience. This station is very good. So we really like, and the kids also like very much, because if it's some uphill or downhill, they have to know how to change the gear to put it on an easy way or to go downhill. So this is very, very interesting station. You can also see we really try the possibility of school which they have it that maximum is that they try everything which is possible. You can also see here. So, and also the fourth station is like before I said, the cycling, that we showed them the cycling equipment, or I don't know, that we told them which is the right position for a bike, how a bike have to be big for how you hire, so some information about that, and also about, I don't know, how to put the helmets on, and also how to change the tire, because many of them, they don't know how to do this. This is very practical theory, so the kids are very interested about that. So, and the third program, like I said, is the program which is not appropriate for the school who doesn't have the possibility to get this program in a school field, on a yards. So we have also that could try this in a police academy. In the same program like we have it in the school field and the school the arts, so the content is the same. Also technical polygon riding on the bikes, polygon with changing route and theory. And it looks like this. This is the police academy polygon. It is very appropriate for this program, but the problem is that the school should drive them, kids here, and all equipment. So it is hard because we don't have enough bicycles. I don't know, we have only for 10 kids, and it's hard to organize. So we try once, but there's a lot of problem with how to drive bicycle from the school to here. You have special van or something like that. So we, in the next few years, we have a plan that we will buy 50 bikes, and that they will be here. So the kids will just ride with the bus here. We will make everything the program, and they could ride here, so they don't have any other problems. So for the end, also some analysts how we do this. In the last 3 years, yes, we have organized 50 different sport days with this content, Go on a Bike. And most of school decided for a program which is take place in their school. Also, some of them decided, like I said before, the first time we started the program, the most of them decided for the presentation in cycling gym, which they saw that it's safe and no problem. But the main of this program was not to show them just this, but that they will try the riding a bike. But still, I think for the schools, which is 40 primary school here in Ljubljana, that there are still not a lot of the teachers who decided for this. I don't understand why, because that doesn't cost anything for them, but probably the main problem is the safety of the kids, and they are responsible what if anything happened, and this I think is the big problem. So we hope that this program Go on a Bike will cycling become more popular, and the kids will like to ride a bike, and this is the main goal. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Are there questions? No problem. No questions? Yeah, one.
Hi, my name is Marco, and I'm from Graz, from Syria, and we have kind of the same program for our schools in Graz, and we are working with the secondary schools, not the primary schools, but like you said, there's the main problem maybe is the equipment with all the kids, the bikes. So we have the bikes already, and we have a van, so we drive our bikes to the schools, and maybe this could be a good reason for you and to get the program really get started. And what we have for our program is that we first of all have the directors of the school involved, and also a good personal contact to the teachers, not only from the program, from the cycling program we have, so already from other sport programs. So we have already contact to the schools, and so if the teacher says he wants it, and then it's starting, and it's really for the next 2 years it's going there. And, yeah, this is we can say it's only about the personal contact to the teachers and the directors that they wanted, and yeah, that's the main reason why we added.
Yeah, thank you for your suggestion. Yeah, I agree with you. The main problem is the fear of teachers. I saw this because we have the presentation for all 40 schools, the teachers who are responsible for the programs. They come there and say, oh, it's very good, but then nobody is decided. This program, we send them on email how the program looks like, how the pictures are, and also some of the teachers who already were on this school and make a program said, oh, it's perfect. But still, I think that the problem is because, like I said, the fear of the teachers, and they don't have anyone who said, you must do this. I think this is the biggest problem. So.
Okay, so yeah, this is was our reason why we decided not to go to all the schools in Graz. So we decided just to go for those schools that really want this program and stay there longer, and yeah, don't just make the programs for the kids, so also make some programs for the teachers and some infrastructure in school for cycling, like teach the teachers and teach the parents, and yeah, that's what we do there.
The program must be for all, like you said, for the teachers, for the parents, for the kids, all together, and they will be, this is good.
But maybe in my presentation we'll see how we do it a little bit, so maybe you can get some information about this.